Welcome to On This Day in Grateful Dead History. We're doing another quick deep dive here.
That's right. Looking at a specific date, May 14th, 1980.
Yep, Nassau Coliseum. And we're using a review from GratefulDeadBook.com as our guide.
And the idea is, let's get a feel for this show, the vibe, the highlights, without needing to spin the whole recording right now.
Exactly. So, okay, this review, it basically starts by saying the whole show is exceptional. Inspired playing, heartfelt singing.
Calls it a true classic from that era, which is pretty high praise.
It is. And they mention power, precision, dynamics, but also the New York audience energy.
Right, that seems key here. Like, the crowd really amplified things, the synergy,
Makes sense for a New York show. Okay, so the first set, they say the mix was good pretty quick, like by song 2.
Which is always a good sign.
And they highlight the Alabama Getaway Promised Land segue called Promised Land, a searing rendition.
That segue. When they nail those transitions, it really lifts things. Searing suggests real intensity.
Yeah. And vocals, too. The review mentions rich vocal renditions, making the whole first set a winner.
So strong singing all around, not just Jerry.
Seems like it. They also point out Let It Grow Althea and Music Never Stopped as peaks.
Okay, so a really solid first half, setting a high bar.
Definitely. Which leads to the second set. The reviewer calls that a masterpiece. Dynamic shifts, smooth transitions.
There's that word again, transitions. Sounds like they were really locked in, flowing nice.
And the vocals stayed strong. Says they were way above average and the whole soundboard mix was really hitting.
Nice. Any specific song highlights there?
Yeah, Stranger says everything was prime. Phil's groove, Bobby's vocals, even Brent's sound.
Okay, good energy there.
But the big one seems to be Comes a Time Other One.
Ah, okay. What'd they say about that?
Get this. As good as this band gets.
Wow. That is saying something.
Describes Jerry's vocal on Comes a Time as rich and really points out Bobby's guitar work supporting him, using like overtones and bends.
So real delicate interplay there before.
Before the storm, maybe? Because the transition itself, Jerry's pouring it on, the band fades a bit, then Phil just slams into Other One.
Okay, yeah. You could almost hear that dynamic shift.
They call it a blistering second set peak, a majorly heavy performance.
Sounds like a moment, for sure. A band totally in sync, pushing hard.
So wrapping up the vibe for May 14th, 80, it sounds like energetic, powerful, great vocals, amazing transitions.
Yeah, and fueled by that New York crowd energy. It definitely gives you a taste of why the reviewer loved it.
Right. Captures the highlights without the full multi-hour commitment right now.
Exactly. A quick snapshot.
And hey, if this does pique your interest, check the bio. There's a link for This Week in Grateful Dead History over on GratefulDeadBook.com.
They've got listening guides for, like, all the shows from this specific week back in 1980.
Worth exploring. Makes you think, what really makes a show a classic? Maybe listening to a few from that week gives you some clues.
A good question to ponder.